you very much, Mr. Toastmaster and fellow Toastmasters, for being here for today's speech. Before I begin, question for all of you. How many of you have taken a quiz before? Personality quiz, your spirit animal, superhero personality style. Yeah, all of us, right? Bruce, I assume, considering all the paths you've taken, I'm sure you've taken quizzes. Now, how many of you have willingly taken that quiz again? Willingly, not because your friends forwarded something to you. Okay, all right, not bad. Well, I'll admit that I rarely go back and take those quizzes again. I'll also admit that I have often attached myself to some of those results for years, like the ENTJ. Now, I don't know when I did that quiz, but I am still like, yeah, I'm an ENTJ, but I haven't done that quiz since. And I haven't taken the time to confirm whether those results are still accurate. So today's speech project is about leadership styles. And I'm glad that I enrolled in a new path because it's forced me to take the quiz again. I would not have gone and taken it on my own. Now, this quiz ranks your leadership styles, which include innovative, coaching, altruistic, authoritative, affiliative, democratic, pace setting, and bureaucratic. Now, the very first time I took this quiz was back in 2020 for the same project, but in effective coaching. And I felt very confident about the results. The second time was in 2022 for the dynamic leadership path. And I was a little surprised that the results changed because, again, I was certain that 2020 results hit the mark. And now, 2023, here I am, 1 year later in the leadership development path, and the results have changed again. So I would just like to share my results with all of you so you can see how they have changed. So February 20th, 2020, you can see innovative, coaching, altruistic, and at the bottom, pace setting, bureaucratic. 2022, coaching is now at the top, authoritative, innovative, affiliative, pace setting, bureaucratic at the bottom. And you can see in 2023, affiliative is at the top, coaching, altruistic, and pace setting, and bureaucratic at the bottom. Now, it's interesting to note these changes and the similarities. My bottom two have remained the same styles over 3 years, though the amounts have increased. My number one style has changed over these 3 years. And all the scores under 2023's results have increased. Looking at these results in isolation just indicates change has happened. But when I reflect on my life in these past 3 years, I can better understand why. 2020, right before COVID, my entire experience with leadership was related to my dance career, which was a solo venture where the majority of the situations I was in, where I was being a leader, were in large group workshops at events across the world. I didn't have to account to anyone. I was brought in to teach a workshop and the schedule was set. I had free reign on what I wanted to do and how I wanted to conduct my workshops. I was one person giving, and there were many people receiving. So I had the freedom and the invitation to be as innovative as I wanted to be, as my style indicated. 2022, 2 years into COVID, my entire dance career had changed dramatically, and I had to make many pivots. That included online fitness coaching programs and numerous empowerment and dance coaching sessions, which changed my style to be more coaching oriented. Now we're here 2023, and this is almost a year as club president of Washington Park Toastmasters. I'm now a leader, but with a team of people whose input, feedback, effort, and support I need to be able to make my visions for the club come true. I'm still innovative with my ideas, still coaching people around me, but I've learned the importance of teamwork and collaborative contribution, which is why I think affiliative ranks at the top. Now, I could explain the other categories, but let's look at the two lowest ranking results, pace setting and bureaucratic. Yes, they're still at the bottom, but their scores have increased. And I would attribute that to understanding the importance of adhering to the requirements and the systems of a parent organization, Toastmasters, and having a timeline for what I want to accomplish, president for a year. It's such a simple quiz, but By reflecting on the results, I understand myself better as a human being and as a leader. And though it's important to know your style of leadership, what's most important in leadership is adaptation and growth. You can't be a good leader if today you're the same person you were yesterday, because the world is constantly changing and people are constantly changing. So I suggest we all regularly repeat projects, take on new paths, go through them again, reflect, and not just approach them in a desultory fashion, but acknowledge the changes and truly try to understand when, where, and why they occur. Because if you're not adapting and growing, you're stagnant, and leadership requires movement and momentum. Thank you.